Okay, not that I'm particularly fond of this stuff, but well, we got to fill some holes in regardless, so. Come on. I already had it open today. There we go. Okay, we'll mix this up a little dose here. That's a lot. Actually didn't mean to get quite that much out, but we're going to go with it. Okay, with this stuff right here, first off, you kind of shake it up a little bit or kind of get it mixed up good. A rough estimate usually is just a ribbon of it that goes across the pile. A little bit for good measure. And this stuff, they say, the way I always used to mix it, I would take me a nail or something and I'd just stir it up. And they say you're not supposed to do that, so let's do it the way that they say. Who are they? They're the ones that know what they're doing with Bondo. That's not really me. So we're going to try this. And hopefully I won't have to work it down too much. But you just keep mixing it until you get a uniform color pretty much. One thing about it though, you don't have much time. So once it's mixed, you need to get to moving. And here we go. Yeah, really don't like this stuff. But there's not much choice when you got cab corners that have to be replaced, because you can't just take the cab corner off, it don't come off. This stuff goes on pretty smooth. And it turns out that was about the right amount. Looks like a lot to me, but I guess that was about it. Just needing to cover up my bad welding. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't need this. Okay, that has got that side pretty good. Okay, I'm going to start out with some 60 grit. See what it does here. Okay, that's the first grit of sandpaper. Got a pretty close. Actually, it feels real good. But I'm still going to go over it with, got some 120 grit. Okay, you may notice Soul Green is a little more took apart. Got the engine wrapped up in plastic. Took what was left of the old radiator support off and the radiator. Took off the heater box. And what I was probably going to do is go ahead and primer. Got the frame cleaned up. That's probably going to primer the frame and probably the front of the firewall or down into the by the engine and all that. I wanted to get my radiator support put back on, but I've got to paint it. I'm going to paint it black. You may say, oh, wait a minute, it's already black. Yeah, it is, but that is a primer. And there's a trick to tell. See, there's different coatings. Different companies put a different type of coating on this. And in order to tell if you need to completely strip it down to bare metal and start over, or just paint right on top of that, which you have to rough it up, but you just paint right on top of that. Well, the way to tell is, okay, you get a little bit of acetone, put it on a rag, like that. Then, make sure you're using a clean rag, relatively clean, and you'll go down here and rub a spot. Like, absolutely rub it really good. Then, look at your rag. Dirt came off, but no paint. That's good primer. So all you have to do, rough that up and paint it. Okay, so I'm going to take me some 400 grit. Just going to go all over it. Kind of rough it up. All right, I'll put a little bit of black on it. Put some black paint on this black piece. And I've got the cab primered. Got one little spot there to finish, but got to mix up some more primer to do that. And I started primering the frame. Oh, check this out over here. It turned out good. Didn't want to have the camera in here while I was spraying, but look at that. What body work? I don't see no body work. Huh. That's original. Looks original, almost. If you didn't know any better. Okay, well, I've done a little painting on the frame in the back and the front. Got it pretty much painted. I see a couple of spots I need to go back over. It was kind of fun crawling back in there trying to get underneath of it, but I wanted to try to be thorough as I could. Still missed spots, but I didn't paint the springs. I'm going to change the springs. I know it doesn't make sense to paint and then change the springs, but that's for some reason what I did. I know it's kind of stupid, but anyway, that's the way I did it. Here, I did a little painting. I painted black pieces that needed to be painted. And emergency brake. Got everything primered and ready for shooting with some color. Still seems a little dark in here. And the black, really, it looks good on there, but it doesn't show up like it used to because you can't see all the individual pieces. They're all black. Or I can't in the camera lens. You might be able to see them on YouTube, but alright, got that laid up there. That looks pretty good. Got my hood hinges painted. The air cleaner. A couple little miscellaneous parts there. And that's what I've been doing this morning. Just kind of playing around. Here's a little trick for if you're painting the interior and you want to take the steering wheel off and cover the internals of the column here, because you got a turn signal switch and everything in there. What I did is I had one of these and didn't even use the can yet, but I just took the cap off and the ridge right here fits perfectly down in there. So hey, I had to cut it out right here around the shaft, and it slid right on there, and it's got enough tension that it holds it. So that you get one of those and make you a thing to mask off your column with. Just letting you know what I did. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. There's my emergency brake cable. I don't want to touch it, but got it all painted. Let all this stuff dry and we may be able to do some interior painting. I believe that's going to be about it for tonight. And we will resume on this later on. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.